and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Aileen Senpai. I'm a streamer on Twitch, an amateur singer, and a lover of all kinds of music. And today we're going to be diving back into some Alice in Chains and, discovering the world of Lane Staley. The late Lane Staley had an incredibly grungy and unique voice, sang with so much intention. And as I heard in Down in a Hole, I, felt a lot of pain. It really felt sad, especially, knowing what was going on in his life during the time and then how he eventually ended up passing. I am, just so honored to be able to experience him now, even though I am late to the party. But I just feel like he just had a voice that moved so many people, and I cannot wait to continue to feel moved myself. But today's video, Man in the Box, I've been getting recommended so much, and I'm very excited because y'all have steered me in so many different directions, so don't worry. I am going to be getting into some more videos very soon of Alice in Chains. I am not done with my journey, so definitely way, way more to come. But before I press play on this one, if you do enjoy what you see here, please consider leaving a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss another video ever again. With that being said, let's get started with today's video. Nice riff. I like that effect. I wanted to hear that change again because he started off very like low, like a kind of like feeling like you're like slouched and you're just like and then it goes up to like a nice, more elevated voice. I really like that transition there. It was done really, really well. I also want to know if there's a live version of this because I know this is the official video. This is the one a lot of y'all wanted me to check out first, but I want to see if he ever performed that live and see how that transition sounds on stage. I'm sure it sounds, immaculate. He was, very, 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 very talented with his voice, but I want to hear that transition one more time. Okay. That went from like we didn't start at a 0. We started, pretty at a pretty like mediate in like a median area, and then it just went to a 10 there. That jump was so beautifully well done. He reminds me, I'm not comparing, but it reminds me of like a kind of like a Kurt Cobain, but I feel like Lane Staley had more of a, I don't know how to explain it, but it sounds like he had a sadder voice. I know they were both, struggling with addiction and depression, and both had, very, very, used music to cope. But unfortunately, the darker side of it ended up, winning in the end. And I just feel so sad whenever I hear them sing because they both just remind me how much pain they both had in their voices. But Lane Staley's voice, like, I don't know what it is about it. Like, you just tell, like, it's almost like he's like wailing, almost like he's crying. Even though maybe that wasn't, what the song is about. It's, about something completely different, but you can just tell that his character is just, he has such a like low demeanor, and it translates when he's singing, and it's kind of heartbreaking, to be honest, to hear him sing like this, and especially know what he was, feeling at the time. And of course, like, we weren't in his head. We didn't know exactly what was going on in his head, but everything that happened, the addiction, everything, it just makes you feel like, wow, like he was kind of telling us the entire time. And it's sad that until someone passes, that's when we realize, like, oh, they were going through depression or addiction or whatever. But the entire time they're singing with all of that pain and emotion already. But that was really impressive. But at the same time, that made me really sad. Because yeah, I could just, I felt the pain there. I really, really felt the pain there. But whew, I kind of want to hear it again. I hope he does it again. If not, I'm just gonna have that, after this reaction. But I'm gonna go back into that distorted, like the wah. I want to hear it again. Also, not sure if that is him doing that and distorting his own voice, or if it has some sort of effect on it. I kind of want to know, because I have a feeling that maybe it's all him. I feel like his voice is so unique that he probably did it himself. But let's continue. I just want to do my, normal pauses. So I appease the copyright gods. So sorry about that. I will replay until we get into the next chorus. But now things are kind of starting to piece together. I may be reaching, if you've been a, part of my channel for a while, I analyze a lot. But it was interesting to see the cows in the beginning. And, we associate cows with, like, unfortunately being slaughtered, because slaughterhouses, and us Americans, we eat a lot of meat, we eat a lot of red meat. So this is normal. Every time I see a cow, I get sad. I either think of it's being used for dairy or used for meat, sometimes both. But either way, him being in the floor, and there was this one scene where there was like a lot of light in his face where you couldn't even see his face anymore. And he seems, every time he's like on the floor in the corner, he's just kind of like, seems like he's kind of like dead inside or scared. And he's saying, like, come and save me. So now I'm wondering, did they choose the slaughterhouse for a reason? Like, is he supposed to be like a cow in need of saving? Not sure their stances, if this was like a political thing, or if this was like an animal rights thing, or if this was an even deeper thing, where Lane is quite literally, asking for help. Could be all three. I'm not 1,000% sure, but especially knowing his, history. And after I watched Down in a Hole, I did read up a little bit of his life and his passing and his struggles with depression and addiction. And so it's kind of, giving me a little bit of that. Like, is it kind of like a cry for help? Is he kind of like a baby calf in need of saving? I'm not too sure, but it's just kind of like clicking. And also like some of the aesthetics and then the cinegraphic, little touches here and there. It kind of alludes to that, but I'm not sure. Let me know. Let me know if I'm onto something or if I'm completely wrong. I would still love to know. I know art is subjective, but I feel like, perhaps they had an actual set meaning for this song, but it's just interesting and kind of sad at the same time. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot. Hearing him in the chorus just quite literally just shatters my soul in a thousand different pieces. But his voice is just it was just so incredible. Gone too soon, absolutely. But I'm gonna go back just a little so I don't miss this next chorus. I want to know if he does any changes with it. Interesting. Um, Interesting. Okay, okay. I feel like there is definitely some deeper symbolism. Don't know if I was close to it or not. Please let me know. I also talk a lot and I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm overanalyzing a bit, but now I'm really curious on the, what their meaning of the song was, because I took like three different things and now I'm just like my head is just, absolutely spinning. I also noticed in the last shot when you just look at his face, his eyes, it had like kind of like a little glimmer in them. It almost looked like he wanted to cry. He just has so much sadness in his voice. I unfortunately didn't know any of his issues with depression and addiction before I watched my last video. And now after putting everything together, I just, it all just like kind of like hit me. It really, really hit me. I try not to look up a lot of details of the bands I try to react to just because I want to get like a full experience. I don't want to know what kind of tone their voice is, know anything about them. I just want to be surprised, pleasantly surprised whenever I hear them sing. But this is different. This feels different. Like I've never felt touched by a singer in a really long time. Like it really felt like he transferred, like he had this superpower to transfer those emotions onto whoever was listening to their to his songs. I look at him and I feel that, radiating through, my computer screen. I'm just feeling all of that pain, all of that sadness. And honestly, it kind of did feel like a little bit like a cry. Maybe he was tying that into his own life. Maybe it was just an animal activism. But at the same time, maybe he resonated a little bit with those lyrics. That's why I felt like that wailing in the chorus, like it felt like he was just wailing, crying, and come and save me. All the lyrics were just very telling of someone who was connecting with the song, especially when you sing it in that manner. And he sang with so much intention in this. I would love to hear this in a live setting. I'm going to try to scour the internet and find a good quality, video of this if they had ever performed this live. I'm just so interested now. Lane had just such a unique voice, very, very unique voice, incredible vocal identity, one of the best grungy voices I've ever seen. And at the same time, it makes me sad. It makes me really sad. Like I wish he was just here so I could like hug him. But we're going to continue to listen to more Alice in Chains, to honor Lane's legacy, because what a beautiful gift. And he left all these beautiful songs out there into the world that we can all appreciate. And I cannot wait to dive into those with you all, because if it's anything like these last two I've heard, I'm going to fall in love with him more and more every day. And of course, transfer a little bit of that sadness onto myself. Yeah, it's very sad. It's a very sad thing. I always feel a little mellow after watching something of a singer or a performer who's no longer with us. It just gives me this really eerie feeling. But we're going to continue to live out his legacy and watch these original videos, share them, and listen to them together and show it to people who have never heard of them before. But thank you for this recommendation. I cannot wait to dive into some more Alice in Chains. Trust me, I am not done whatsoever. I already have like five immediate songs that I'm doing in the very near future. And then, of course, that list is growing and growing and growing as I do more songs. So stay tuned for that. But if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss another video ever again. And of course, another Alice in Chains reaction ever again. But if you would like to hang out with me, I do live stream on Twitch every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'd love to get to know you a little bit better, meet you all, talk music, and play some games online. But other than that, I do have videos every single day on this channel, so stay tuned. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Remember, I love you so much. I'll see you very soon, and I love you. Bye!